Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla Mahan Blake, and I'm going to be your host for Travel Week for this webinar. Join us for an exciting webinar exploring the upcoming developments, signature experiences, and reasons to book that are shaping Fort Lauderdale. Discover the latest on world-class sporting events, yachting experiences, including the Florida International Boat Show, unforgettable on-the-water adventures for families and groups, and the momentum following the destination's successful IPW Host City showcase. Learn how these exciting developments are driving future travel, demand, and creating new opportunities to inspire your clients. Before I hand it over, I just want to go through a bit of housekeeping. We do have a prize for a $50 giveaway gift card. You do have to stay until the end of the webinar to qualify. It won't be more than about 30 minutes to an hour. We are going to be answering all of your questions at the end of the session, so if anything comes to mind, just pop it in the Q&A box in your control panel, and then we'll go through them after the presentation is over. So I would like to introduce Paul Mason. He's a Senior Manager of Global Trade Development. Thank you so much for being here, and take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And that's actually the first time I've heard that introduction. So, hey, I liked it. I think that was written by our PR team, which is always terrific. So, my name is Paul Mason. I am a senior manager for global trade with Visit Lauderdale. I've been here almost 5 years, and I've had the pleasure of working with the Canadian market since I have been here, as well as England, UK, Ireland, and the rest of Europe. So this is such a pleasure to be able to talk to you about the greater Fort Lauderdale region. I'm going to go through my slides. Obviously, any questions that you have will be answered after the presentation. And enjoy. We're going to go over all of our new branding and what we're all about, and definitely talk about how IPW has impacted where we are today. So, on that note, let me move forward. That gives you a great idea as to the area around us in video. That was a video that we actually introduced prior to IPW and showed that in Chicago the year before IPW had started, with some updates that we've had over the last few months. So, who are we? Who is Fort Lauderdale? Now, I'm sure a lot of you have either A, been here, as it is a really kind of a hotspot for Canadians, especially Eastern Canadians, and what we are all about. So, on that note, let's go through it. We are about water culture. Obviously, we are on the Atlantic Ocean. We have 24 miles of coastline. We are next to Miami-Dade County as well as West Palm Beach. So that kind of gives you an idea as to where we are and all of the water locations that are around us. We are about diversity, which we're going to talk about in great depth. We're about accessibility, both how to get here as well as our accessible programs for people that do have handicaps and do need to get around. And we also are exactly that, fun in the sun. This is a great map of where we are and what is all around us. As you can see, we have Deerfield to the north, and we have Hallandale Beach to the south. And again, that 24 miles of coastline that we have. If you look closely at the map, you'll see right in the center is our airport, Fort Lauderdale, and Port Everglades. And the beach is right there as well. Everything is literally within 10 minutes drive from that area. Then, of course, going north and south. And if you see where Sawgrass Mills is, that's Sawgrass Mills Mall, that's the beginning of the Everglades and all the way out west. And if you continue out to 75, that will take you 2 hours later on Alligator Alley, all the way out to the west coast of Florida. So we have 3,000 hours of annual sunshine. That's huge, especially during the wintertime when most Canadians do like to come and see us. We have over 4,000 eateries throughout our region, and we have over 38,000 unique destination accommodations. And that's actually grown. We've actually added a lot of new hotels that we're going to talk about. As I said, we have 24 miles or 38.6 kilometers of beach. Fort Lauderdale Beach, one of the main areas. That's obviously where you fly into. Great beach line. You know our hotels. The port is right there, as well as the airport. We have Hollywood Beach to the south, which is known for its Broadwalk and Margaritaville. And we have Deerfield Beach to the north, which is really no more of a friendly family type of atmosphere. It literally lines right up with the Boca area and West Palm Beach. We're known as the Venice of America. Now, why is that? We have over 300 miles of of waterways and navigable waterways throughout the area. To give you an idea, I live about 5 to 6 miles inland, and literally across the street from my house is a yachting community. And those yachts can literally go from that area to the intracoastal and out to the ocean. So that's why we are known as the Venice of America. We're also known as the wreck capital of Florida. Literally off of the Pompano Beach area and Lauderdale by the Sea is an area that we call Shipwreck Park, which has 18 shipwrecks that you can snorkel and scuba dive to. You can also see our coastline, which is all coral reef. So literally the coral reef goes from one end to the other. You can get certified right here. We do have companies that handle that, and you can go out on boats and do diving, as well as again just walk off a few hundred yards from the beach and do snorkeling to see all of that. And we're known as the yachting capital of the world. And that is no joke. And this is a real picture of the International Boat Show, which is held every October, the last weekend of October. This is a real picture. And I got to tell you, I can't even parallel my park. And they actually have parallel parked these yachts. This is what it looks like in the end of October. We have over 50,000 yachts, boats, catamarans that are registered in Broward County, which is the county that Greater Fort Lauderdale region is located in. And again, that's why we are the yachting capital of the world. We're also the LGBT plus capital of Florida and the second largest community in the United States. Wilton Manors is a beautiful and thriving community with lots of restaurants, niche shops that you can go and enjoy. It's also where the Pride Parade is held once a year as well. And we're known about accessibility. There are two types of accessibility. This accessibility has to do with obviously wheelchairs, handicapping, getting around our location if you do have some type of a handicap. We are a destination verified Wheel of the World. What does that mean? That means that this organization, and we're very proud of this, will come into a region and they will look at the hotels, the restaurants, and attractions to make sure that people with disabilities can get around. They actually measure between beds to make sure that a wheelchair is able to get through. We are very proud of that fact, and I'm going to show you a video of that. We've been having problems with this, and I'm not sure why that happens, but the rest of it is really, again, more about the accessibility of our region and the area around us. We're also, just so you know, a part of the sunflower program. Those are lanyards with sunflowers on them that also will tell our employees in hotels, restaurants, attractions, and our airport that someone with that lanyard may need extra time or help, let's say, with their luggage. Um, this is a wonderful program, and it's something to definitely look for when you are looking at booking areas for your clients, as well as visiting certain locations. So we want to make sure that people understand that our community is very accessible and ready to cater to all people that are coming here. The other type of accessibility is how to get here. If you are from the eastern part of Canada and even the western part, you know that Fort Lauderdale International Airport, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, is accessible to all areas of Canada. We have several flights that come in from all of the major airlines from Canada. And again, over four terminals here, 24 airlines, but over 32 million passengers have come here. So we are accessible, and the great thing about our airport, as many of you may know already, is that it is literally only 5 minutes from Port Everglades, 10 minutes from the beach, and 10 minutes from downtown Fort Lauderdale. That's all it is. We're also under construction for our new Terminal 5. So that should be up and running very shortly as well. Now, rail options are also incredible. If you are planning a very long vacation here or you're a snowbird, the Bright Line can get you to Miami or up into Orlando within 3 hours, Miami in 35 minutes. The Bright Line's station is right in downtown Fort Lauderdale, accessible to all regions of Broward County and the greater Fort Lauderdale area. I highly recommend this instead of driving to and from areas. It is a great way to travel where you can relax, you can work if you'd like to work, spend time with your family. You can eat and drink there as long as you'd like. Great mode of transportation. The Tri-Rail comes right up from Miami International Airport and has several stops in Broward County. So you can actually do that. And I believe the cost is around $10 per person. So again, a very great way to get here if you do fly into Miami instead of the greater Fort Lauderdale region. We talked about Port Everglades. It is the third busiest home cruise port in the world. We have 8 cruise terminals. And as I mentioned before, and it's 3.2 kilometers literally from the airport to the port. And the reason why I also mention this is, and one thing we always say, is that your friends will wait for you. A cruise ship does not. So when you are planning a cruise out of Fort Lauderdale, know that it is close, but definitely try and spend an extra day or night here to make sure that you are on time for your cruise ship. But again, very accessible and very easy to go from the port to the airport. And these are some of the cruise lines that do leave out of Port Everglades. Uh, the main ones: Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Princess, Disney, Viking, Cunard, and Silver Sea, Ritz Carlton Yacht Collection as well. So we talked about some of our newer accommodations earlier when I mentioned that we are growing even more than what I showed you in terms of total room nights. We just built the Omni Fort Lauderdale, which anchors our convention center and Port Everglades. It's 801 rooms, and it's an absolute beautiful building. Just opened up on December 18th of 25. We have the Diplomat Beach Resort, which is now Insignia by Hilton, right outside of Hollywood Beach, and it literally sits on the beach area. And then we have Pier 66, which is not a new build. They literally did have a Pier 66. They tore everything down but the tower, and literally made it a beautiful 5-star resort, 12 food and beverage outlets, 3 pools. The top part of the tower does rotate, bar and tapas area as well. And it's literally right across the 17th Street Bridge, right across from Port Everglades as well. More accommodations. We have the W Fort Lauderdale on the beach, the Conrad Fort Lauderdale right on Fort Lauderdale Beach, as well as the Ritz Carlton. We also have a new Four Seasons, which is about 4 to 5 years old now. And if you're looking for more of that fun family type of atmosphere, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino has an incredible music venue there that has over 24 or 6,600 seats. And obviously the casino, beautiful pool area, and a lot of food and beverage outlets. The Plunge Resort, which is in Lauderdale by the Sea, three-star property, great for family, and again, literally right on the beach in Lauderdale by the Sea. And Margaritaville, which is Jimmy Buffett's hotel. That sits right on the Broad Walk in Hollywood Beach. Several food and beverage outlets. It has a wave runner and several pools. Great kids program as well. Talk about dine outs. Again, one of the great things about our area is that we have 170 cultures and over 140 languages are spoken here literally every day. And that's not just tourists, that's actually people that live here. So you can imagine what our food scene is like. And these are just a few examples of that. The Boatyard, which is right across from Port Everglades and the Omni, also right on the water. We have Marina Village, which is right off of the beach on Fort Lauderdale, A1A. It has several food and beverage outlets there. You can get yourself a lobster roll or a smash burger, pizza. And then we have Catch and Cut, which is a newer restaurant right up on Las Olas, downtown. It is seafood and steaks. The executive chef there came from Joe's down in Fort Lauderdale, or sorry, Miami Beach, and he started this new venture. It's an incredible restaurant. And we're also very proud to talk about our Michelin Guide Awards. We had never had a Michelin star restaurant here in the greater Fort Lauderdale area until last year. Now we have Moss, which is the chef's counter in the Four Seasons. They are our Michelin star. And we have Michelin recommended restaurants. We have Eveline's, which is also in the Four Seasons. We have Daniel's Steakhouse, which is on Route 1. Incredible steaks. And we have a Michelin recommended Larb, which is Thai Asian. It's a fusion restaurant. There are no reservations for that restaurant. Open kitchen, incredible Asian and Thai food there. And then we have Heritage, which is known for its New York style pizza, right in Flagler Village. Highly recommend. And the food scene here is amazing. We have an ale trail, we have rooftop bars, and we have speakeasies as well. If you want to get out on the water, I told you all about our water culture. We have the water taxi, and this is again one of the reasons why you really don't need to have a car here when you are visiting with us. It's a walkable city and walkable county and beach area. We have several water options, including obviously yachts and boats. But the water taxi is terrific because it will take you up and down the Intracoastal and the New River with stops along the way. You can hop on or hop off. You can get a day pass. And they tell you about all of the mansions and all of the yachts along the way. We also have the Jungle Queen, which is very iconic. It started in the 1930s. Even my grandparents, 50 years ago, I have pictures of them actually being on the Jungle Queen. They take you to their private island where they have ribs and chicken, and they do a really cool Polynesian show. Again, they do the same type of thing where they talk about the mansions and the yachts and the history of the greater Fort Lauderdale area. And they do it in a very humorous way as well. So they really are very entertaining. And then we have the Sea Rocket Adventures, which actually will take you on the New River as well as the ocean and kind of more of an adventurous type of feel. Where out in the ocean, they really do kind of speed it up a little bit for you. So you get that flair and enjoyment. In terms of attractions, we have Flamingo Gardens. It's a 60-acre botanical and wildlife preserve or sanctuary, and Sawgrass Recreation Park, which is in the Everglades, and you do airboat rides. If you've never done an airboat ride, it's like being literally on a highway in a convertible with the top down, doing 60 miles an hour. It's fantastic. The reason why I bring those two together is you can do both of them at the same time, or not in the same time, but in the same day, one in the morning and in the afternoon, or vice versa. And then Butterfly World has over 20,000 live butterflies and is a great family type of attraction and atmosphere. In terms of cultural attractions, we have the NSU Art Museum with over 6,000 works of art. They have an academy there. They do classes, and they do obviously bring in different exhibitions. We have the Bonnet House, which is 35 acres right on Fort Lauderdale Beach. And the great thing about this is the story behind it. Frederick Bartlett and his wife, Eveline, which you heard about with the restaurant that I told you is a Michelin recommended restaurant. The Bonnet House, the history is incredible. Frederick Bartlett was an artist, and all of his artwork is around the house. His wife, Eveline, lived for a very long time. But prior, she had made a deal with the county commissioners that said, hey, listen, I will hand this house over to you after I die if I don't have to pay taxes while I live here now. They agreed. She outlived everyone on that board. So it's a very cool story. And she did honor her word. She did leave the house to the county, and now it's open for tours and weddings, and it's just an incredible atmosphere to go to. We also have the Stranahan House, which is the oldest surviving structure in our region. It's right on the New River and in downtown Fort Lauderdale. So you can get off on the water taxi right at the Stranahan stop and walk around Las Olas Boulevard, which is the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale. And we have the Broward Center for Performing Arts, where we get Broadway shows, musical acts, plays, and what have you. That's also located right off of the New River in downtown Fort Lauderdale. So we have a shop teal drop, obviously, here. And if you look at the picture here, you'll see Sawgrass Mills Mall. Sawgrass Mills Mall has over 350 stores. The Colonnade has over 70, which are your high-end stores, your YSLs, your David Yurmans, your Break Lines, also the Red Bottom Shoes, all located on the Colonnade. It is an incredible outlet center located right before you get into the Everglades. You have Dania Point, which is the picture that's taken in the middle there. Dania Point is just a few miles from the airport as well as Port Everglades. So you can go there while you're waiting for either your cruise or your flight. It has a bowlerama, it has a putt shack, indoor miniature golf, lots of restaurants, as well as boutique stores. And then you have Las Olas Boulevard, which also has a lot of great restaurants, niche bars, wine bars, and shops as well. Excuse me. In terms of sports, again, I know that you're all Canadians and we all love hockey. We are two-time Stanley Cup winners. We didn't win this past year, but the 2 years prior to that. The picture on the bottom there is actually Kachuk, our captain. He took the Stanley Cup. As you all know, you're allowed to have the Stanley Cup, each player for one day. He took his into the ocean. So pretty cool picture. We love that shot. And then one of the other things here that we have is the Iceplex, which is in downtown Fort Lauderdale. It has two ice rinks. You can go skating there. You can also learn how to curl there. They have curling leagues. There's a pickleball court right outside. What's also very cool about this is that you can go to the Panthers practice sessions as well as the visiting team practice sessions. They do hold them right there, and they are free of charge. Also, a really huge team store. And one of the things we also tell people is that, hey, listen, you're in Canada. We know how hard it is to get tickets for the Maple Leafs as well as the Canadians. Fly down here, see your team actually play the Panthers here, spend the weekend and enjoy, and then fly back. You get a little sun, watch a little hockey. It's fantastic. We also just had the World Cup, which we're also a part of. I bring this up only because Hard Rock Stadium, which is the home of the Dolphins as well, where the cup was actually played. The last or the bronze game was played there between England and France. Our hotels, our region, is actually closer to Hard Rock Stadium than a lot of the hotels in the regions of Miami. So when you are looking to, bring people here, plan their trips, and get set up for that, one of the things we will always remind people is that you can stay here and feel rest assured that it's closer to get to the stadium than coming out of Miami. In terms of our annual events, I talked to you about the boat show when I showed you the picture of all of the yachts in the parking lot. That's held every year. It's the largest in-water boat show in the world. We also have our Florida Food and Wine Festival, which is held in January. Tortuga Music Festival, which is on the beach, and that's that big picture there that you see on the slide. We have bands and groups, a lot of Western, country Western music. Um, Incredible big names do come. We just had Jelly Roll here as well. It's a 3-day festival. I highly recommend it if you do love music festivals to come and enjoy. We have the Renaissance Festival, which is 6 weekends from February through March. And then we have the Seminole Hard Rock Winterfest Boat Parade, which I always love to bring up. It is literally Christmas, the first week of December, and the boats, the yachts, literally are all lit up like a Christmas tree, and they go up and down the New River and the Intracoastal like a parade. This is a part of our new branding. It's the Never Lose Your Splash. You see some of the pictures here, and I'm going to show you one of the videos for the new branding. Never lose your splash. Sorry about that. The top 10 reasons why you come here. This is something that we always love to stress. It's our weather. We have 3,000 hours of sunshine every year. It's the ease of getting here from Canada, with all of the airlines that come out of Canada and the major cities. We're accessible. We're very easy to get to. Affordability. We are a great rate and price compared to our neighbors to the south, as well as our neighbors to the north. We're green. We believe in sustainability tourism here. So a lot of our hotels and attractions are incredibly green and they are environmentally committed to sustaining that. We're also blue. We talked about our navigable waterways, 300 miles of that, plus our coastline. We do have the new convention center district, waterfront plaza, lots of restaurants and bars in that area, and it does connect right into Port Everglades. It's always happy hour here, always. So please always remember that you can come here for the ale trail, our rooftop bars, as well as our speakeasies. We have waterfront and bar dining, so you can literally pull right up with the water taxi or a boat, a yacht, and stop off and get a couple of drinks, some appetizers, and hop right back on board again and explore more. We have unique venues. We talked about the museums, the cultural attractions that we have, and sensational service. Our restaurants, our attractions, our hoteliers are all trained on all of the tourism that we do here. They know how to work with tourism and they love doing that. You also get things like me. I can help you with your itineraries, planning, getting set up, going over ideas that you may have for your clients.
You plan the photo, the outfits, the lighting, but sometimes the way it's calling joy doesn't follow instructions. It just right in. So why not join it? I mean, when's the last time you did a handstand? Or just went with the flow and loved every second? Here, the water welcomes everyone. It says, you're never too old to have fun. Never forget these moments. Never lose your splash.
That is part of our new branding. Again, it's one of those things that we want people to feel like when they are here, they can do anything they want. They can act as a kid, and it's something that you see here every day. A lot of our seniors will come here and they'll just do things on the beach, run the beach, build sandcastles. It's really very cool. So the idea of never losing your splash is so very, very important here. Again, notice our travel advisor page. Please go on that. Take a look. You'll get to see what's new, what's going on. Our new restaurants, hotels, and attractions. We update this on a regular basis. And we also have our Lauderdale Loyalist program. This is something that we always love to stress to anyone that is a travel agent or a tour operator or someone that just wants to learn all about who we are. It's a 3 hour program. You can take it at your leisure. It is, of course, completely free. We do have the QR code here if you'd like to get started on that. One of the great things about that is once you are completed, you will graduate. You will be certified as a Lauderdale Loyalist. And with that, you'll be able to get all kinds of marketing ideas, ways to represent us and sell us and promote us, as well as itineraries and sample ideas to use for your clients. And this is me. Easy to get a hold of me by email or by phone. Email is always the best way because, again, I do a lot of travel and it's just easy for me to respond to the email. So please, if there's any questions or anything you'd like to talk about, reach out to me. I'm here all the time. So I look forward to hearing from you and helping you visit the greater Fort Lauderdale region.
Thank you so much, Paul. That was a great presentation.
You're very
So we're
welcome.
going to go ahead and see if anyone has any questions. We do have some here. So the first one is from Harvey. Is public transportation easy to access and take around Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, it is. Yeah. We also have the circuit too, which is free of charge. It's like one of those old cart type ideas. So all you have to do is either go on their site or call them, or even see them in the street and they'll pick you up. So between that, the water taxi, Uber, Lyft, yes, very easy to get around. And it's very walkable.
Perfect. Next question is from Mary. What B2B resources and marketing toolkits are available?
If you go on our site, you'll see all of that, especially the global trade area of www.visitlauderdale.com. And I can also help you with things if you do need images, itineraries, just ideas in general. So it's really up to you what you'd like.
Okay, great. Next is from Natalie. Does the destination offer FAM or familiarization trips or agent certification programs?
Well, the agent certification program is the Lauderdale Loyalist, which you just saw come up there. As far as FAMs, sure, we work with quite a few organizations. I've done FAMs with airlines. I've done FAMs with Visit Florida and Vox that have helped with us. So we've brought Canadians down. So yes, is the answer.
Great.
I love FAMs because it gives me a chance to also enjoy the food.
All right. A few people have asked about if they're going to be getting a copy. Yes, all of this is being recorded, so we will after the webinar send it over to you. And it looks like that are all the questions that we have for today. Oh, one more. Dominique asked if the certification has to be done each year or if it's just a one-time.
No, I mean we're always good, but that's actually a really first time I've ever been asked that question. That's a wonderful question. I would always check back on it just to see of updates because we are updating that on a regular basis, as well as going onto our website. It's actually a new website, newly developed with all kinds of new areas to go into. But always check on that because we are constantly updating. So actually, yeah, great question, Dominique. Dominique, was it?
Yes.
Think it was Dominique. And if you do have questions about anything that you are seeing, or hey, Paul, is there something new that you would like to know about, or is there anything I should know about? We can send you what's new.
Great. Well, I think that those are all the questions that everyone has. So again, this will be sent out as well as Paul's information. So if you do think of anything, you can email him or give him a call if he has his number. And I think that's everything for today. Thank you so much, Paul, for that great presentation. Thank you, all the travel advisors that attended. I hope you have a wonderful day and weekend, and we will see you next time. See you
And
later.
just an FYI, I will be coming
Yes.
up to Canada for Canada Connect as
Oh,
well with Brand
perfect.
USA. So I will be there, I believe, in Toronto and Montreal.
Amazing. So you can connect there. Perfect.
Yes, I look forward to it.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.